Hey guys, Stanky here. On my stream, I went over about 6 or 7 of Arteezy's games from his perspective, and hoping to learn some stuff myself about how he plays and how he manages to win pubs quite well, and at a high MMR, and also to point out to my subs, the things that I noticed that he was doing, and from some minor mechanical things through to some sort of general concepts and stuff as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy and learn something. Cheers. For this first one, just see if you can catch what he does here that I noticed. I'll play it in full speed first of all. He's playing the playing the TA, so just happened there. There's just a little thing, but that's what we're looking for. He actually hits this last creep. Hits this creep normally. I know he misses that, but he right clicks him here to pull this creep to the left, and then attacks it so that it hits with splash damage. I don't think it was by accident, but it is something to actually think about, even if it was accidental, that you can do on TA. So he right clicks him there to make this creep run to the left to aggro on him, and then attacks it, so it doesn't actually, he doesn't have a chance to react to his movement, because if he ran around to the right, then the OD might have countered and moved, but instead of moving himself, he moves the creep and uses that to hit the splash damage. This next one's just sort of about knowing your limits on a hero and recognizing positions where you can actually get kills where other people might just run away. So this situation, he's harassing the OD down, gets him pretty low and thinks he can go for a kill under the tower, which is fine, and then an OD and Omni Knight shows up, so he backs off, but he right away starts attacking, and manages to actually turn this kill, on potential kill on him, maybe for a lesser player, into a double kill for himself, and I assume he called for the Skywrath to TP. But another thing here that you kind of have to pay close attention to really catch is what he does with his treads. So he's switching them constantly, and it's all on purpose. So he's on edgy treads here when he's doing the splash damage. He uses int treads to make his trap, and then he goes back to edgy because he thinks he's fighting. He switches to strength treads here to tank the tower hits. He turns back to edgy to attack, and then he goes back to strength to tank the hits. He didn't switch back to edgy. He tried to, then I think he mucked it up. But he's back to edgy while he's attacking, and back to strength as he runs away. So he's mucking it up a little bit, but the concept is that you're trying to be on strength treads when you're taking damage, int treads when you're using spells, and edgy treads when you're attacking. And I think he switched to edgy when he used bottle charges, and he didn't actually use his wand, he had no charges on that, but just being on strength treads when you take tower hits and turning and getting 10 extra damage each time you attack with edgy treads could be that little bit of difference you need in early fights like that. So this is just a quick clip talking about holding skill points. The amount of times I see players in my games either skill the wrong skill at level 1 or skill a point when they don't need it and then wish they hadn't, or I wish they hadn't. It's too damn high, so just keep note of this. What he does here, he's just at level 4, but he hasn't put it into anything. He can't put it into searing arrows, which he would use at the moment. He's not wind walking and skeleton walking, and he's not using strafe, so there's no point skilling anything unless you're going stats, I guess. But he holds the points here, harasses the void a bit, and then the Skywrath comes down and to go for a kill, and he skills strafe, pops strafe straight away, gets the kill. If he had to put that second point in skeleton walk and then that gank happened, he would have been stuffed. So just hold your skill points, people. So this is just quite a cool play that saves his life. Again, I'm not him, so I don't know for sure, and I have to assume intent and that he's doing these things for the reasons I think he is, but I'm assuming that he knows that Skeleton Walk has a 0.6 second fade time, and he uses that to his advantage to save his life here. He's farming the enemy stack here that he's stumbled across, and he sees a TP in from Void, and the Void comes for him, and I think I went a bit too quickly there to see what he did. But he skeleton walks, and then during the fade time, he's running downwards. As soon as he fades to invis, he turns and runs up and left, and the Void chronos where he thought he was. So if we watch it from Void's perspective, the Void sees him, TP's top, and he sees him go invis here, and he's running downwards, and then you can see him disappear in Viz here, and he thinks that logically he thinks that he'd be in this sort of area, so he jumps down, drops his chrono, which does reveal invis units, but he's already gone up and juked him up here. Again, another sort of minor play, but I think still worth mentioning. He is going for a kill here on this OD, and he gets the root off with Spirit Bear in a second here. He gets the entangle, and then he savage rolls straight afterwards. So now he can't actually run away because he's rooted, but he is forced to try to run away, so he can't attack him or use his ulti or... I guess if he had Astral up, I'm not sure if Artor knew that Astral was down, but if he had Astral up, then he could have used it on himself or on the bear or whatever. So yeah, you can combine the root along with savage roll to basically stun them. So this one's not quite so flashy, but I still thought it was worth a quick mention. Here he's going for a kill on the offlane Spirit Breaker, and too many times I see people just directly chase the hero when they're trying to juke like this. The Lion's already doing that, so he correctly sort of invises, runs down here and blocks him from escaping through the trees. He actually still hits him with his Sakuchi, so that's perfect, and then he moves in the tree path here, and then actually moves up and blocks him in here as well. So if he runs back upwards, he's at least running back up into an area where he can kill them, and he can't run down. So this clip is just a little bit about situational item choices. In this game, he's playing PA, and he picks up a Diffusal Blade. He actually goes it after his Manta. He seems to have picked it just here for this kind of high ground push. The main time he uses it is he self-casts it. He uses it just here to purge off Slardar's ulti, and he'll do it again. He uses it a little bit offensively for chasing heroes, but he'll purge it again for himself again here, and then it gets recast, and he purges it again. It's just, I guess he figured that was the main way he was going to be dying in this against this composition, was the physical damage from Slardar ulti plus TA's armor reduction and Slark, like those physical heroes hitting him. They don't really have a hell of a lot of magic damage, like Sloven Slardar's Crush is physical as well. So BKB is less good this game, even though it's obviously still useful for stopping stuns and disruptive stuff, but whether he'd do this in a pro game, I don't know, but I think it's just worth noting. And he does pick up Diffusal Blade late game in a lot of his games that I was watching to counter things like Yules and that sort of stuff. This is just an example of one of those games I was talking about where Arteezy's built a late game Diffusal Blade on CK, and it's to counter Fair, who's gone both a Ghost Scepter and a Yules, which he uses one after the other here for some reason without getting purged, but yeah, he just purges it off, finishes it off. It's very important to be able to blow up the Death Prophet. If you can just jump on her with CK and blow her up before she can get Yules and all these disruptive items off that stop you killing her and blow her up, then she's pretty useless because she can't buy back and be effective. So this clip is about sort of forcing your enemies to react and then predicting their movements and sort of in-game, winning in-game scenarios. This game looks like they're quite ahead with the 2 Raxes, but they'd actually been sort of stalemated on this 1 Rax for quite a long time, like half an hour I think, and they were behind now on net worth and XP, but the game still felt like it was pretty even, or maybe a slight lead for Radiant. But yeah, basically he just pushes out middle here, and noob 5k me only just recently realized that this does AoE damage, so it's why he uses that to farm all the time. I can't believe I didn't know that. I guess it's because it used to just do single target, I don't know. Then he pushes out the middle lane, keeps an eye on who turns up, sees them. As soon as he sees someone show up in that lane, he's running to this spot, and he watches. It was really brief there, but he just clicked into the lane and saw the Lifestealer. Saw the Lifestealer running towards that camp. So he saw his movement was in this direction after the camp, after he lost vision. So he's pinging his team, telling them to come here, and then just texts him before he gets vision up the hill. He insta BKB'd, which I thought was a little weird, but either way, gets the kill on him, and then straight away blinks forward. And he's been pinging his team, so they're a little late, but the Quap was here in time to get follow-up kills on Mr. IX Mike. And basically this was the, I guess, game-winning play. Been stalemated for quite a while before that, so just a little thing, just making your opponents react, but actually taking the time to click on the map when you're not doing much with your hero and seeing what the enemies are doing and predicting their movements.